is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Hey there folks, welcome you all to this Elden Ring how-to for mages video. This video has come about because of all the awesome feedback I've been getting from the Let's Play I've been doing on the channel, alongside some things I've discovered off camera as well, and I thought this video would just be really super helpful to people who want to start this game as a mage and want to start pummeling those points into the intelligence stat, which is here on the left hand side. As a mage, we start with quite high intelligence and quite high mind. Mind is where all your focus points are, so the more you put into mind, the more magic points you have to use up effectively, and intelligence is going to determine just how much damage you are doing with magics. And what you want to go hand in hand with that, because that's where you're going to be putting all your level up points, you want intelligence scaling weapons. Now you start with obviously a staff, which is going to be scaling from intelligence, and it does there in the middle. If you go down 2/3 of the screen, we've got Int C. Okay, so it's not a bad scaling staff, not so bad at all. However, the sword is a strength D and a dex D scaling, so that's not doing anything with our intelligence stat. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to super quickly get that sword scaling with intelligence and get ourselves an end game uber staff really early on in the game, and also a spell to go with it, and also the item that turns any of the swords that you pick up that don't have a move blocking it, that you can turn that immediately into an intelligence weapon as well. So you can see I've literally just finished the tutorial. You can see I'm still a bit battered and bloody from it, and first thing we're gonna do is just rest at this site of grace to get our healths and stuffs back. And actually, quite quickly, we will just pummel a couple of points into intelligence while we're here, I suppose. Oh no, we can't level up yet. Forgot. Right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to head to the church over there. We're going to do this without taking on any real enemies if we can help it. Now, the last time I did this, I did take on a few enemies up at the top section just to get a different sword, because you start with a short sword as a mage. I prefer the long sword, and you can get a decent long sword from up the top here, but we're going to avoid that. And we're just going to crack straight in and see just how quickly we can get all the items for you to be scaling up with your intelligence straight off the bat here. Church of Ella, under my umbrella. Might as well grab this while we're here. Strengthening armaments. So you can get the first few level ups on your weapons here, and then you need a blacksmith after that. I'd recommend not leveling anything up too early on until you've found a few things. So we're going to activate this just so we've got some jumping points. Another site of grace that we can come back to. So the first thing we want to get here is our steed. We want to get our horse people. So we want to head up to the top of this map. Now we need the steed because to go and get the staff and the spell to go with it, you need to ride around in some water that is it's rot ridden, so you can't get off, you can't run through it, and also you're going to want to sprint your way through it as quickly as you can, because you're going to be super underpowered for the area. So this is all about running and getting the items you want and getting the feck out of dodge, basically. Okay. And when we come over to this site of grace at the top here, we should get a conversation with the lady that both levels us up and gives us our steed. As has been the way in every playthrough that I've tried. Okay, so if we rest here, we'll get a cutscene. I will skip it if I'm allowed. But you'll get a cutscene with the woman that lets you level up. Yeah, we can skip it. Okay, she's
of the Finger Maidens. They serve the Two Fingers, offering guidance and aid.
Can't skip this bit, so I'll have to let it run out.
But you, I am afraid, are maidenless.
Well, it has been said.
I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength.
Level up time!
To aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd tree.
Accept.
Settled. Summon me. Another matter. I bequeath to you this ring.
Okay, this is a hard. We can skip it actually if I use X. There we go. Our spectral steed whistle.
Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen to treat him with...
Okay, there we go. Right, so we might as well just level up.
Let my hand share them with me.
Okay. Now for this particular I mean, if I was playing this, I would start pummeling some points into here. We don't actually have enough rooms to do our first level up. We need 757. But as you go, if we do pick up some points, I might just rest a sight of grace. There's a couple of points where we will probably get hit, and probably putting some points in vigor might help us get through the area. But we'll come back to all that, people. Right, let's crack on. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is... I'm going to go over to the pouch, and we're going to put our spectral whistle on the top one, and that's us ready to go for the horse. Now it is particularly handy to get the map for the area, because we can't see what we're doing. So here's the map. That's it. And then get the hell out of Dodge. And then I'll be able to show you where you're going. Fucking hellfire. They were a bit quicker than I thought they were going to be. We also want to avoid the big golden guy on the horse if we can. Okay, let's just get to a little quiet spot here. Back to the Church of Ella. Everyone should be leaving us alone, I think. Right, so if we go to our map now, we can see where we are. So this is where we started. This is where we started the video. This is where I started the game. But so that was our first step. So we've gone from there directly north to the Church of Ella, and then up to the gate front. And the map for that was just down this road here. Just grab it and move on. So there's several locations that we're going to want to go to here. And the first one is here. And that area will teleport us to another area. But when we come back, we're going to want to go here to this southern beach. Well, we could do that first, actually, but we won't. We're going to go off and do the... We'll go off and get the staff and what have you first. Okay. So... yeah, so we're heading toward number 1. Now, I normally fight my way through this area. I'm wondering if we should just try and run... because basically we want to get to a set of steps inside the middle of the burnt ruins. So I'm going to try and do everything without taking many enemies on, and see if we can just get to the locations, pick them up, and get the hell out of Dodge. I know the hardest part is going to be the bit after this, actually. So there's the burnt ruins just over there. I will, by this point, have put up just how long it's taken. Oh, hello, hang on, wait. If we go further up there, we'll trigger something else. So, let me just see if I can see where the steps are in here. I'm pretty sure they're right in the middle here. Here they are. Ow. Alright, so you want to get in here. Oh, fuck, I forgot about the rats. Let's take these badges on then, shall we? You do actually start with a pretty decent crowd control spell. Or you can use your counter attack to get rid of them. Helps if you remember that they're there, of course. Got very carried away there, people. Oh, hello. He's a bit tougher than the others. Okay. And you get health back if you kill groups of enemies, which is what that was saying. Well, you get flasks back, one way or the other. Right, this flask should be teleporting us to the place where the staff is. There we go. Now, this is going to be one of the tricky bits. So we're going to try and make a run for it, but there's some enemies in here that are absolutely brutal if they get their aim right. So it could take us a few attempts. Let's see how we get on. Once we get out of here, though, we should be alright for doing a good dash about on the horse, grabbing the 2 items we need, and then teleporting away. Alright, so we want to be dropping down to the left. I'm trying to remember exactly what direction I need to go in. I feel like we want to go that way. Right, that guy could well get us. There's a guy on the roof as well that could get us. Okay, there we go. Well, that was a good start. There we go. So if you can manage to get through that and get to this site of grace, you're basically on the doorstep of the Uber Staff. Let's pick this up while we're here because my OCD won't let me not. And, well, we can probably rest actually because it matter or not, because we're not going to fight those enemies at the moment. Alright. And of course it doesn't matter if we die, because we're not particularly bothered about our runes, well, at this point. Okay, so there's no map for this, so I'm going to have to feel like that's the map fragment there. Pretty sure that's the symbol for them. So you could go for it, but there's a bit of tricky enemies to avoid. I'm just going to try and show you as best I can without having the map sections. So this area right in front of us is it's a massive water bog area. And you're just going to try and avoid everything. And you want to go right over to the right hand side here. And the 2 elements we want should be fairly close to each other. We'll try and do it as best we can without dying. It's possible we might have to take on, now that I think about it, the spell that we want might be down some stairs as well. I don't quite get 100% right every time, but we're looking for some ruins right at the end here. Watch me not find them now. Oh, hello. Right, I may have come too far, actually. You want to shoot those, actually, if you can. You only get 1 shot at them when you come in, and they give you different moves. And well, sometimes give you War of Ashes and stuff, which help you battle enemies. Okay, let me just get me bearings here, people. Right, there's some of the ruins in the middle. There we go. So that area sort of there, I think, is where the steps to the spell is. And we're looking for a body hanging off the side of a building. Streets of Sage's ruins. You'll see enemies start popping out the water at this point as well. Just try and ignore everything and get riding round. I'm actually fine. That's where the spell is, that middle bit. I'm sure it's behind there. There we go. There it's up there, look. So you can, if you're tricky with it, you need to be careful. I think I jumped off the horse. There is enemies in the inside, which is why I try and do it from here. Oh, it did let me try and pillage it there. Let's try it again. If you drop in the water on foot, you get rot. That's the only thing. It's not letting me jump off the horse for some reason. Just give me a sec. Strange one. Right, okay, hang on. It does really want you to go inside, is its thing. There you go. Meteorite staff. Job done. I was taking a bit of time off of... I was wanting to do this in record time, people. It's taking a bit of the sting out of it. I mean, you can fight these people if you want to, but you'll find them pretty tricksy at the moment. Alright, we want to get down here, and we want to get into this area here. We might... Oh, hello, fucking hellfire. I can't remember if there's anything we need to take care of down here, but if we get in this door... There's a chest, and inside the chest... is Rock Sling, which is still, after 50 hours of the game, my super move. And that Rock Sling is boosted by the staff we've just picked up, because it's the same type of magic that the staff gives a boost to. Now we can... There are other items in this area, but they're not really relevant to this video, so we're now going to teleport from here. So you can see that's where we started, at the Crystal Tunnel. Oh, hello. Somebody's come down and wants to fight us. And we can just teleport straight out. Well, can we though? I'm not sure we can with enemies nearby. We might have to kill him. Hang on. Easier with magics than anything else. Wrong spell though. What we can do though, to make our lives a hell of a lot easier, if you're not being a numpty like me, is equip our new Uber Staff, which... Oh, we can't do yet. Yeah, that's fine. So, you want to get your int up to 18 as quickly as possible, effectively. You're on 16 to start with. I'm pretty sure two level ups will do it then, I think. I'm pretty sure we start at 16. So let us teleport people all the way back to here. The first step. So that's actually probably the most difficult part of all of this. So if you can get there and get riding around on the steed, I keep calling it a horse, but it's a horse with horns is what it is. So if we rest here, well, we've got enough for one level up. And intelligence. And okay. In fact, if you're starting the game from scratch, you probably want to make sure that you... Also, it'll offer you a gift when you create your character, and if you pick the golden seed, you can do an immediate add a charge to flasks. So you get an extra. So added a charge to flask of Crimson Tears. So we've now got is it 3 and 3? Well, 1 and 4 as it happens. So as a mage, that was a bit silly. I normally change that before I go out. But as a mage, I normally carry around more blue flasks than I do red flasks, because I'm more topping up magic than health most of the time. So you can allocate the flash charges and change it to 3 and 2 for now, sort of thing. Okay, so the last thing we want to do is we want to go and get... what are you doing, Steve? We want to go to our pointer. Was it that one? Indeed it was. So I think what I'll do is I'll give myself a 1 there and a 2 to follow afterwards. That'll be the easiest way to follow it, I think. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and get the element that will convert our sword into an Int Scaling Sword. Yeah, we need to go down here again. As it happens, can't remember if I made that jump last time. can't actually remember if there's any annoying enemies on the way. But anyway, let's keep going for now. There is a boss we've got to beat to... because the boss actually holds the item we want. So we'll see how well that goes with... There's another Site of Grace over here, which is ideal actually, because it is possible to die getting off this ledge, and it's the only way down to the beach. And the boss we want to fight is down there. Now, there are ledges to drop onto. I used to try this on the horse, but actually Craigie Boy told me that he could survive it by dropping off as a human. Let's see how true that is. Oh, I shouldn't have jumped it. Why did I jump it? Yes, well, that's not true then, is it? Unless he dropped off from another area. He might have dropped off from over there. The only way I've done this is on horse. So I should have just stuck to my guns, really. The thing is, you get your runes back straight away anyway, so... Otherwise, people keep telling me, like, it doesn't matter if you do a double jump on a horse, you still can't make the jump, but this is the only way I've made this jump. Ooh. I do lose... The times I have done it, I've lost half of my health. Actually, those rocks over there might be a lesser drop. Come on, man. You're messing with my as quickly as possible timetable here. It's typical. When you do it off camera, it's not a problem, is it? But the minute you're doing it on camera, epic fails all over the place. There you go. Right. So it's taking a little bit of health off, but not anything too crazy. And I'm pretty sure we can make that jump. Now, when we get down here, I might as well just take a health, actually. We should be able to keep our distance from the guy fairly well. Oh, we lost a little bit of health there, actually. Quite surprised. Right. Let's get away from him. He's underneath that arch there. And... oh, well. Really? So you just need to stay away from him as best you can. Ooh, hello. He's a fast beggar, so you're best doing it on horse than you are anything else. Nearly got him, nearly got him. I think he'll do quite a lot of damage if we do let him touch us, though. Oh, whoa, you little tricksy, eh? There he pops. And that is the Ash of War you need to put onto your sword. We do, however, need the Whetstone in order to do Ashes of War. There is a massive crab in here, but there's also an item you can try and get. Yeah, that was silly, actually, because there's no way off this beach. Can we teleport? Yes, we can. Right, that's it. So you just need that. So all we need now is the Whetstone. That allows you to add the Ashes of War to your weapon. And then they will become available when you rest at the Site of Graces. Okay, so the last thing we want to do then is get the Whetstone. And actually, funnily enough, if I'd had my more brains about me, people, I probably would have done it at the start. So we need to go back to the gatefront. They're basically in these gatefront ruins. Well, the Whetstone is in the gatefront ruins, and it's down some steps. So I'm trying to think if there's an easy way around this area or not. By the way, for anyone that's interested, there are chests on this carriage and the carriage further down, but they're on this side. So you need to take the knights out and stuff first. I feel like I might have to take most of these badges out in order to get to the steps. Or at least a few of them. There is a big knight in the middle I'd rather avoid if I can. But again, we just need to get down the steps and grab it, and then once that's done, we are good to go. So let's just remind ourselves where the steps are. This guy's seen me. Well, we're doing some pretty serious damage with this bloody move anyway. The one other thing I should mention is, yes, you have got an uber move spell-wise with this now. However, we've only got 2 slots to put magic in, so you might want to just have a little wiki look at how to get memory slots, or where you can find a memory stone, which will get you one. And you can buy one fairly early on if you get to the round table, which is a central hub where the blacksmith is. You can buy 1 memory stone there. That was silly, Stephen. What did you do that for? Waste of magics. Okay. You have got the crouch option in this game as well, which is... here we go. Here's the steps here. In fact, can we get down there without him seeing us? And here we go. Ash of War Storm Stomp and the Whetstone Knife. There you go. So it gives you an Ash of War and the Whetstone as well. Teleport back. And when we rest at this site now, we've got Ash of War. And it explains what that's all about. And the long and the short of it is it puts a special move on your weapons and shields and such like. In this particular case, we're going to put the Ash of War on that we got from the beach boss that we just beat. And if you notice down the middle there, that top one's doing strength of D and D, which is the same when you put that on. But when you move it down to this one to equip this onto our current sword, you're immediately turning it into an Int D sword. Okay, it's D, it's not the greatest of all the Int scalers, of course, but it is scaling with all the points that you put into Int at that point. So pop that on and make it magic, because that's how you get the Int scaling on. And there you have it. Your sword is now scaling with Int points. If you want to put your spells on, you simply just come up here and you would change over that one for your Uber spell, which is the Meteorite throw. And, well, we can't use it yet because our Int's too low, but put the other one back on. So the first thing you want to do is get as many points into your Int as you can. In fact, if we get that up to... I think we've got a couple of runes that we picked up, so we should better get another level up. Oh, we haven't actually. I thought we picked up a couple of cheap runes, but we haven't. So let's just go and kill an enemy. Kill the easy ones just for the sake of this little tutorial. Should be more than enough. How many was it that we needed? Tells you on the left. Runes needed 775. There you go. And get the intelligence up to 18. And you can now put on your Uber Staff, people. And if you look at on the right, I mean, look at the stats going up. So immediately physical is going up from 25 to 39 and 4 to 14. But if you look, the important part, look at the sorcery scaling number. It goes from 117 to 138. And that sorcery scaling is what is making your magic uber strong against enemies. So every time you pummel points into your int, that sorcery scaling is going to go up. And if you look further down, it's an Int S scaling staff. S is as high as you can get for the int scaling. It's above A, effectively. So there you have it. An Uber staff, people. And there's what it looks like. So, having all of that, looking at the time, that was all done within 35 minutes. And obviously I was pausing to explain a few things. So I'm going to say that we did that in 25 minutes. And you have an Uber staff and you have an Int Scaling Sword. Sorted, people. I mean, it's not the best Int Scaling Sword, but, you know, it's a cracking way to get started with pummeling your points into int and feeling like you're getting benefit out your melee as well as your magics. And an end game staff as well. I mean, there are some staffs later on that can be made better, but that staff is uber, people. Absolutely uber. So there you go. I hope that has been of help to somebody out there that wants to start as a mage and was wondering how all of that works with the scaling and the int point, the intelligence points and all that sort of stuff. It certainly helped me out a huge amount. I mean, if I was starting again, this is the very first thing that I would do, was go and do both. In fact, well, I did, because I'm still doing my on-screen playthrough, but I'm also doing an off-screen playthrough, and that is the very first things that I did. I went and got those. The next thing I would do is go and get a shield that is 100 in its block, so that any blocks that you make are negating 100% of physical damage. At the moment, that wooden shield you start with is only negating 70, so the next thing I would do is find the best way to get a shield that has better physical protection. But for now, for a starting point in the game, and we've only leveled up twice, you have got int scaling weapons of 2 types, a melee and a magics. So there you go, folks. Hope that's been of help to you all. It has been an honour and a privilege serving for you in Elden Ring in this little tutorial of mine, and I shall catch you all in the next one, folks. Take it easy. Bye.